In our rapidly evolving world, success is defined by turning challenges into opportunities. With enough foresight and ingenuity, the complex problems of today can become the achievements of tomorrow. I'm Fred Thompson. From business and technology to healthcare and the environment, join me as we take a closer look inside the workings of the modern global economy. Welcome to Inside Business. I'm Fred Thompson, and I'm Inside Business. Nowhere is the value of technology greater than in the medical arena, where every advance has the potential to better or save human lives. Let's peer into the future with some cutting-edge developments in medical technology.
No doubt having a heart attack is a very serious condition. It's a leading cause of death in the U.S., as 1 out of every 5 deaths is the result of myocardial infarction. Fortunately, modern medicine offers excellent treatments for heart attacks that can save lives and prevent disabilities. Victims typically undergo a procedure known as angioplasty, which is simply widening narrowed or obstructed blood vessels. The operation may sound like a walk in the park, but the recovery can be a taxing experience, and there are still risks associated with the procedure itself.
Blood vessels are small and fragile, and instruments have to navigate through them to get to the treatment zone. Bleeding problems can occur approximately 3% of the time that lead to major complications. Reducing the access site by as much as 1/3 of a millimeter can reduce complications by 25%.
Svelte Medical Systems is currently developing very low-profile, balloon-expandable stents that facilitate the use of smaller catheters. A stent is a metal scaffold inserted into the blood vessel to open a localized flow constriction. This is commonly done to treat blockages in the arteries of the heart, but can be used to treat other vessels as well. In a standard procedure, physicians first make a hole in the groin, using the leg as a conduit to the heart, feeding a long guiding catheter up into the entry of coronary arteries. Using Svelte stents, a doctor would be able to insert a smaller catheter into the arm rather than the groin, making it easier to do the procedure, lowering the risk of complications, and reducing the recovery time.
A smaller access sheath and guiding catheter can reduce complications to the patient. Reducing the access sheath by as much as just 1/3 of a millimeter can reduce complications by 25%. More importantly, a smaller sheath can actually allow more procedures to be done through the wrist rather than the groin, which is much more comfortable for the patient, allows the patient to be ambulated much sooner, and reduces complications significantly.
Svelte brands their fixed-wire stent delivery system as the Acrobat Stent on a Wire, which navigates arteries like a guide wire and eliminates over 50% of the steps involved in a stenting procedure.
There are multiple steps required for a coronary stent procedure. One has to wire the vessel, then place a balloon to predilate the lesion, then place a second balloon to deploy the stent, and then a third balloon, high-pressure balloon, to post-dilate the stent. The Svelte system will definitely eliminate many of those steps, resulting in reduction in cost, procedural time, X-ray dye utilization, as well as reduction in radiation exposure to the patient and the physician.
This new platform allows many lesions to be stented without having to be pre-dilated with an angioplasty balloon. It has been shown in multiple clinical studies that avoiding pre-dilating with a balloon reduces the chance of pieces of the blockage breaking off and causing a small heart attack. In about 75% of procedures, doctors insert a drug-eluting stent which releases a drug to block cell proliferation and reduce the chance of an artery reclosing over time. Leading cardiac pathologists believe that current polymers used on drug-eluting stents may irritate the vessel lining and lead to blood clotting in a small percentage of patients. To address this concern, Svelte is also developing a drug-eluting stent that has non-inflammatory properties with the hope of making it easier for the vessel to heal quickly after stent implantation. With Svelte's products, patients can be treated in an outpatient setting, reducing the overall costs to the healthcare system.
Most stents in development focus just on the coating of the stent. Svelte has developed the first new delivery system in over 15 years, which optimizes the stenting procedure, reducing time and costs and improving safety to the patient. It is actually the perfect alignment between the physician, the patient, and the payer.